You guys, there's a new timeline out, and I am a little bit obsessed with it. Mandy Matney over there on Twitter posted this timeline that somebody, another trial watcher, made based on all of the cell phone information that we've received through the trial. This person makes this timeline which outlines how Alec could have done this entire crime by himself, including with the two guns, including she makes all the footsteps and all the everything makes sense. Oh my goodness, I really, really hope that the prosecution gives some sort of printed something or other to the jury, because otherwise it's all just like a swirl in their head. I've been doing my research all weekend. And by research, I mean sleeping and making bagels and periodically running Google searches to see what's new in this trial. But there's not a lot of new stuff out over the weekend. Hopefully everybody is taking a break. There's a couple of articles about where all the attorneys are staying and whatnot, like the financial crimes for people who aren't following it as close as you and I are. But this timeline pulls it all together. According to this timeline, Alec likely threw Maggie's phone away after the trip to Alameda. This timeline supposes that one of those white trucks, Dolly or White Boy or whichever truck it was used to store/hide the weapons and the phones and the blue tarp while he rushed off to his mom's house to visit for that 15-20 minutes, came back, and then because it took 20 minutes for law enforcement to get there, that was enough time for Alex to toss the phone. Also, let's be real. He knows the law enforcement down there. Alec Murdaugh and the Murdaugh family was the law prior to this whole thing. He knew they weren't going to do a good search of that house. He knew they weren't going to do a good search of him. And honestly, had this case not blown up the way it did, I suspect that he would have got away with it, murdering his family and the financial crimes. Yeah, he might have been wiped out financially, assuming he couldn't dodge it all. But all of this makes me wonder, had Mandy Matney not been on the case, might Alec Murdaugh have gotten away with all of this? I suspect that the answer is yes. I also suspect that there's a lot of other crimes that we don't even know about. Apparently, Alex was the Paul of his family, running here and there, being very scattered, causing all kinds of trouble. And early in this case, when only 4 people were following it, I was one of the 4, me, Mandy Matney, and 2 other people out in the world. There was press, if you could call it press. Mandy was talking about it. I don't know who else was talking about it. And that is that shortly after the murders happened, law enforcement descended on Moselle and they started gathering information. Something that they found, I don't think it was even in Paul's phone, but something that they found in the search, number one, caused them to reopen the Stephen Smith case. I want to know what did they find at that house, on those people, under those circumstances that caused them to reopen the Stephen Smith case. Apparently, there was also some shenanigans with Alec from when he was young. I don't know if it was a murder or not or whatever, but there was something that they found that caused them to reopen Stephen Smith, caused them to investigate a very old crime from the 70s that Alex had done. And I believe there was a crime from his father's generation. I have not heard that talked about. I should probably go back and do a little digging to those early episodes of the Murdaugh Murders podcast with Mandy Matney. That was before Liz Farrell was even there. That's back when Mandy was just sitting in her kitchen with poor sound quality and vocal fry, which I am not mad about because she fried her way all the way to a national, possibly international celebrity. There are other crimes associated with this family, allegedly, that they have gotten away with, allegedly. But come on now. We know Alex was paying off the local sheriff. He was paying off law enforcement. He was part of law enforcement. There's probably some drug running and some other stuff going on there in the background. I wonder if all of that will come to light. You know how it used to be they were known as this prominent legal family. Now they're just known as a prominent criminal family. What happens to the Murdaughs after this? In my opinion, it's clear that this man committed murder. In my opinion, it's clear that he's going to jail for a long, long time. Whether he goes for these murders or whether he goes for the financial crimes, dude is over and done. I have come to believe that Buster Murdaugh is garbage. And so what becomes of Buster? Do I care? Really, no. I just really want him to sit quietly over there and not commit any more crimes. And his slimy behind family, the rest of them, what happens to them? Do they stop being like the Mr. and Mrs. whatever? After the boat case, Maggie was shunned in the community. I guess she was not invited to all the good parties and whatever. What's happening with the sister? What's happening with the brothers? What's happening with their wives? Does everybody change their name and move out of town? Do they just shrivel up and die? Listen, they're going to have money no matter what. Now, South Carolina money is not the same thing as big city money, right? Like, I think Alec was set to inherit like $10 million. That's more money than I have, but $10 million probably goes a very long way in South Carolina. If you go to Los Angeles, Miami, Palm Beach, child, that's pocket change. That's what folks find in their couch. So are they going to go someplace else and be regular? Because you can move to New York City with $10 million and be very, very regular. They're not going to move here, though. It's not enough nature, just the way I like it. But even if they move to the suburbs, they can get themselves a nice house. You know what? They'll probably be like those witness protection people and go to like Maine or Arizona. Ooh, hopefully someplace with no bugs. Listen, if I was in witness protection, where would I want to go? I think about this sometimes. I love a good crime novel. I do not plan on participating in a crime. I do not plan on being a witness in a crime. But if I had to go to WITSEG, witness protection, where would I want to go? Not Arizona because it's too hot and I sweat. Not Maine because it's too snowy. Someplace near the beach. I wonder if you get to choose. Can I go to the beach? You know what, though? They probably wouldn't put me in witness protection because I got a big mouth. Like, can you imagine me? I would be like, okay, I'm just going to start a little YouTube channel with my new face and my plastic surgery. Ooh, the plastic surgery. Would they just give me a tummy tuck? I think my face is cute enough. That's fine. I might even get a long wig, but mother is going to need a tummy tuck. I have had 3 C-sections. And so I'm going to need to be snatched. And can they raise my behind a little bit? Child, I would be so cute. I would get attention. You supposed to lay low in WITSEG? Not me. They would be like, how is this heifer on the Grammys now? You know, okay. Again, I have gone far afield. It is Monday, the beginning of week 4 of the trial. We're about to be a month long into this trial. And I am here for it. There's this very tedious project at my job that nobody wants to do. It requires sitting in an office by yourself or in the file room by yourself, rustling through a bunch of paperwork and doing all this stuff in the computer. Oh my gosh, this is the project of my dreams. There is enough paperwork that needs to be done that could ride me out through the end of this trial. So here's my plan. Shh, don't tell my boss. I'm going to volunteer to do the whole project myself. We're supposed to divide it up between all of us. I'll be like, girl, no, go on and do that tax return or do that whatever you need to work on. I'm just going to take care of this file project. It calms me. It brings me peace. And honestly, they probably just want me to shut the hell up. So they're happy to lock me in an office by myself so I can have Emily D. Baker in one ear, listening to the trial and following all the coverage blow by blow. I thought I was going to have to take a vacation for this trial. This is even better. I become the hero of the department because nobody wants anything to do with this file project. I'm going to do everybody's work. Everybody's going to love me. And I get to watch the trial. Beyonce is still in the blessing business. Thank you, Beyonce. This is so wonderful. Oh, lastly, did you see the Super Bowl last night? We are not sports fans at my house. In fact, I refer to all sports as sports ball. I don't know who's playing. I vote on the team by what their outfit is. The other day I said that I liked Pittsburgh, meaning the city of Pittsburgh. And somebody said, oh, we're Steelers fans too. It took me 3 hours to figure out the Steelers was like a sports ball team. That's how into sports we are. But I read this morning that the guys in the cute red outfits won the Super Bowl. That's so exciting. Congratulations, cute red outfit fans. Kansas City, Nebraska. Child, I don't know. Congratulations if your team won the Super Bowl. I hope you didn't eat too much. I hope you had a really good time and are not hungover today. Okay. I have to go start getting ready for work. I'm going to do some downward facing dogs and a little bit of yoga stretch so that I can be calm and cool and collected as I listen to the trial all day while locked in a back file room, minding my own business. You mind your own business too, and I'll see you today after court. Bye.